So we meet again. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my difficult research. Can we share it? Can we share? I can't get it together, right? Oh my God. I'll leave it alone. I always look like I'm in a little, like I need a booster seat or something. So I can't get it. I can't get it right. What's up with that? Anyways, it's Wednesday. It's June 18th, 2025, allegedly. I've been sleeping and trying not to feel. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. I'm just glad to see you. I'm actually relieved that this body cam came out. I was like, okay, good, perfect, yay. I can this is the perfect thing. I haven't watched it yet. Uh, you know, um, I'm sure not everybody has seen this yet. So, if not, we'll go over it again and we'll go over it together. And I can't believe that exists. First off, look, I mean, it's got KSL on it, but I remember Jen and Eric. Well, I want to say I don't know who paid for it. Not I know Jen went and got it. My friend Jen, L Mom. Anyways, she got like all the ones of Melanie, showing up at her in-laws, being crazy with Alex, in the back damn seat. No, in the front seat, parked a couple houses down, trying to be sly and slick. And well, anyways, I ha, body cam, unreleased footage. Okay, well, why? Why didn't this show up with the other FOIA? The very next day. Why? That's so crazy. So I'll read this real quick. And I was like, holy crap. It only had 5,000 views whenever I saw it earlier. But it says newly obtained body camera footage shows how cautious Brandon Boudreaux was after he was shot at in Arizona. Yeah, Arizona. On November 12, 2019, Boudreaux called the American Fork Police Department to his parents' home because of his ex-wife, Melani Pawlowski, showed up and was told to leave. During this interaction, Boudreaux and his mother expressed concerns about how Pawlowski found Boudreaux and their safety due to him being shot at in Arizona. That's not a really good description, but anyways. And so I haven't watched this at all. I've been holding out, and y'all know. And look, officers speak to Cox, so that's Uncle Al, Lamar. Officers agree to cite Pawlowski. And so this is why I'm assuming that whenever she showed up on, well, damn, never mind. Yeah, that's how you do it. You just cover up the KSL with the, never mind. To each their own, right? So, but yeah, damn, 22 minutes ago. Couldn't wait, Lauren. Damn. Anyways, so yeah, this is leading up to the crazy Melanie's, who shows up the next night or a couple nights later and is like, I'm just here for my kids. I'm just here for my kids. And then you have Carlson, who is Brandon's dad. He makes a 911 call to, of course, 911. And he's like, get out of here. Like you can hear him yelling at Melanie. And it just seems really sneaky, and really dubious. Like it's just up to no good. Okay, is what my mama used to call it. Prowling. She had all black on. It was a little creepy. She just happened to have her papers in her hand. When the cops came up on her, she was in the garage. She comes out of the garage, and then it's like, oh, well, here, I have these papers. So let me just make them my prop, basically. That's what it looked like to me. But anyway, so this is a little over an hour long. And yeah. I don't know why this is broken. I guess she's trying to do it in different parts. I don't know. We're just gonna go with it. Thank you, KSL. That's who I'm crediting. Okay. And let me open that up in another tab. All right. So let me just go finish saying hi. But welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. She sounded like Lori. I have not seen it. Did she have the code to the garage, or was the garage door open? I don't know. I don't know. I'm so glad to see you guys. I'm so sorry. I feel like I let you guys down, but again, we'll talk about it later. Let's just do this damn thing right now, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Robinette. Oh, well, dang, girl. I'm glad you're here too. So glad you finally found us too. I really am. Hey, Chris. It looks like evil eyes in the rear view. Okay, y'all ready? Ready? I can't even do it. Drum roll. I mean, she's a hot subject right now. Whew. She's on the top of my mind. Okay. I'm not, I don't want to put the closed caption, but I will if I have to. Let's see how loud it is. And let me try and do this. This must be. Oh, okay. Viewer discretion is advised. Take care, Ian. Wild ride, right? Lasso up. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Roxy. I'm trying to look at the name of the plumbing truck or whatever truck over there. She said it again in that mom. Talker.
Hi. Did my son call you? Somebody called. It was him.
Hi, Miss Boudreaux.
About custody? It was regarding female trespassing. Supposed to be here. She's left. Okay. Where's she went?
Okay.
Stop.
This is November 12th.
So it is my son and daughter-in-law. Well, trying to get divorced. Somebody tried to kill him on October 2nd. We called the police a couple weeks ago and reported. I think we have his name.
Interesting, Jackie.
She hasn't known where they were. Hello. Hi. They are. Bye. What?
Oh, like my mom. Right. I don't know, Rocky. Same cops.
All right. I don't know. The police are at the door. It's my husband. They're all panicking. I didn't know who it was when I answered the door, or when I answered it. She didn't know the kids were here. She was just trying to find my son and the kids. So, what was her name? Can I go to my grandkids? Yeah. I'm gonna go out in just a second, okay? Oh, just. Okay. Her name's Melani Pawlowski. My son got the doorbell so I could see who was at the door. And she knocked instead of ringing the doorbell. She rang the doorbell. Oh, okay. But can you spell that last name for me? B-O-U-D.
We're not going to make it.
So I could see who was at the door. And she knocked instead of ringing the doorbell. She rang the doorbell. Oh, okay. But can you spell that last name for me? B-O-U-D-R-E-A-U-X.
Is it Roxy? Peace. I feel bad for them. Yeah. Hope her ears are ringing. Right? Not Miss Boudreaux.
So she came over here looking for the kids. She came over here to ask me if I would tell her where the kids are. She had no idea they were here. I don't think she thought he would come here.
Okay. Is this your house?
This is my house.
Oh, okay. She came over here to ask for him and the kids.
Saying nobody's seen or heard from them in a month. He's taken them out of school, which is true. That's what he's done. On advice of the police detective in Arizona and his lawyer. She has moved to Idaho without telling him.
My Wi-Fi signal's on, and although I'm not hooked up to Wi-Fi, I'm hooked straight into it.
How did she know?
We've
been here. We've been here 17 years. They've been married for 11.
Did she get upset? Did she try to force
She was
away
crying.
Yeah.
She was crying.
That was it.
I told her
anything threatening towards you or anything like that?
Well, I told her I'd talk to her through the door, but I didn't want her to know the kids were here. So when one of the grandkids came down, I closed the door, and then I could hear her just yelling. And I think my son was talking to her through the doorbell.
Right,
and she was just yelling, and kept ringing the doorbell, trying to get me to come answer the door, and I come back.
She didn't try to open up the door.
I don't know if she did or not.
Like that. Do you know what she was yelling at? Was it like an angry yelling or just But you can.
I went upstairs with the kids. I took them back up to the bedroom they were playing in and ignored. They kept ringing the doorbell again. They're like, "Someone's at the door," and I just said no because I don't want them to see their mom.
Okay. You guys don't have like a protective order in place or anything, or she's not allowed to come over here. Has she been officially trespassed from this place by a police officer, or?
You know what? My son and husband talked to the police the last. It was a week ago Friday.
I knew that.
Afraid they were going to come through here and try to get the kids.
Okay.
So he did call on the advice of his police detective in Arizona to talk to.
Okay.
So he's on his way here.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to him.
Okay. You don't have a phone number for her by chance, do you?
You know what? I don't know if she has the same phone number that.
No problem.
I have a phone number. I just don't know if it's the same one.
That's all right.
Does he have one? A better one than he does? Okay, we'll talk to him and grab it from him.
He's been texting. He was just going to the DMV.
Okay, no problem. Did you get her information?
I haven't yet.
It's Teresa.
TH?
No, TERESA. Same last name.
So she doesn't live here. She
No.
lives in Idaho, supposedly.
She was in they both live in Arizona, and so after he got shot at, and she said she was moving to Idaho, that he took the kids, and the advice was to go hide because if she takes them, she can't get them back. Because they had mediated. They thought their divorce was final, and the mediator didn't submit the papers. And so then when she said she was moving, he could have full custody. He went to his attorney. He found out they were not divorced, and there was no custody agreement in place.
Okay.
So she's still
Not
trying to
fine
do a
either.
custody agreement that never went. It was never filed.
Okay.
And at the time, they did have joint custody and had worked all that out. But they both would have lived within 15 minutes of the school the kids were going to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just looking, you don't want her back on the property, I assume. So we can officially trespass her, so that way if she doesn't come back, we can remove her from the property or arrest her or whatever. So.
And I don't know where her car was because I didn't see a car when she came to the door.
Yeah, we came through the area. I guess it was like a white
Kia Telluride. Does that sound familiar?
Like that. So.
That's what he said is the newest car shop.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, yeah, we were looking
this
through
is him.
Oh, that's him. Oh.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can put some extra patrols up here. We can have some of our other officers just keep extra patrol in here. If she does come back, give us a call as soon as possible so we can come up here and talk to her. But
Okay.
yeah, so everybody's okay.
All I said was, you need to go through courts. Just submit reports.
Okay. Awesome.
How's it going?
It's okay. I just didn't want her to know the kids were here, and now she does. So.
Poor thing, man. What a bitch. Not them.
My detective said he wants to talk to you guys or somebody from your department because we can't talk about a lot of the stuff that's going on in our case right now.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to be at my parents' house.
A detective. Who's the detective?
Yeah, Gilbert Police Department.
In Gilbert?
Yeah, it's an attempted homicide there. apparently he's meeting with the FBI this week because there's 2 murders that they're also investigating, but all tied together.
Okay.
So.
And he wants to talk to us.
He says, please give the police department my contact number. I don't want them to share too much, but I need them to understand this isn't a standard case, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we can talk to him here after we're done here. We'll just.
Okay.
Can I get your first and last name, date of birth?
Brandon Boudreaux. B-O-U.
He's got it twice.
Okay.
Poor thing, man. Look at him. He is exhausted, like wiped out. Just like Uncle Charles looked when he was at his wit's end. Talking to the police.
I'm from Mesa, so I know Gilbert and Mesa. So.
I don't like this damn Wi-Fi thing, man. I don't like it. Needs to go on. Oh, messed with it and I'm sorry.
Gotta go around.
So what happened from your side of the story? What's going on?
I need to get my mom tried to register my car, but she didn't drive it down there, so I had to go there because it was an out-of-state VIN. I can't register my car in my name right now because I don't have anything that tied me to heater, which didn't do me good. But so I was down there trying to get my car registered. I saw on my doorbell camera that it was her. And my mom's not tied in my doorbell camera, so she didn't know. So she answered the door, and I don't know. I didn't watch that part of the conversation, but as soon as I realized it was her, I got on the camera. I told her she needed to leave. It's a private property; she's not allowed here. And I have it recorded, but it's about a 6-minute conversation. I just kept asking her to leave, telling her she's not allowed here, telling her she needs to leave.
I watched the whole thing.
Finally, she left.
So
that's the abbreviated version.
Were you able to see what vehicle she was in, or?
I think the camera probably got it because she had to, unless she parked this way and never drove past at all.
Okay.
Because my camera records, I pay for the fee to have it record after the shooting.
Okay.
So I could definitely turn that in, but she drives a Kia Telluride. So
Kia Telluride.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what year?
Brand new. I was looking for one too. And then I'm like, oh, Melanie has one. Why? Because she's balling, right? She don't need money. That's what she tells the police officer who interviews her. Because she's getting bought out by Brandon, and all his partners.
Pull it up really quick.
That's a good question.
So she's supposed to be living up in Idaho right now?
Yeah, she's at the Rexburg right now.
That's big.
She knew you were living here then for some reason, or she just came by just to...
I don't know if she already knew, if someone told her. There are only a few people who know, but one of them might have felt bad because she's been on Facebook offering a $10,000 reward and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Some of you might have said something. Here's the...
I have the 74-page Mesa, Arizona FOIA doc. Thank you, be back. Good to see you too. I don't know.
So her car is a 2020 Kia Telluride. It's if she still has it on there, it's an AZ plate, CRT 5817.
Do you have a license plate or a VIN for that?
Yeah, he just gave it to me.
I've got a license plate and the VIN.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
5817.
But last time, so she did it when she was leaving Arizona. Her and her uncle, who's the one that I believe shot at me, which we're not supposed to talk about.
Imagine giving your kids back. That's the crazy part to me. That's a crazy part to a lot of us. We're like, what? What? I mean, no matter what, the kids are being pawns because the judicial system is having to say, well, nothing charged against her, so we can't really hold it against the mother. Yet they were deemed dark, just like Tylee and JJ. We saw how that turned out. I'm just saying in the moment though, I forget who said it, but the fact that there were investigating 2 homicides, the fact that he got shot at should have raised the alarm bells a little more, you know? But I mean, so she got arrested for the trespass, and it was upgraded to domestic, or I'm sorry, DV, and got her, Alex Cox bonded her right out. Okay. Under $2,000 bond. She has a mugshot to match the rest of her crime family. And then we need berries, y'all. We need Barry Cox's. I just thought about it. Oh my God, I'll pay you. Anybody who comes up with that dang thing, just let me know. I'll pay you for it. We've got a bounty on it. Kidding. Kind of. And then we have the 74, well, like I was just saying, the 74-page Mesa, Arizona police report about the computer tampering, right? Charge that was like an F. Oh my God, an F3 or something. But I don't know. She got away from that. So, I mean, what the hell? Okay. What the hell? I get worse repercussions here when I've gotten damn speeding tickets. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
But they went and took the license plate off of her car and started driving my friend's houses, and they forced their way into one of the houses. So I just didn't feel comfortable coming back home knowing she was here, thinking he was here. That's why I called you guys. I was like, I don't feel like I can even drive up without. I don't have my gun on me. I left it inside.
Bring it everywhere, boy.
Stupid.
All right. All right. So
I don't know that she was driving that, but
on the Ring doorbell, did she?
Okay, so no, these are not Arizona police. This is American Fork, Utah. So this is Utah. And these are the same, that's the same officer, actually, Farnsworth, right there, who told her, stop talking. Okay. A couple days later. So, you know, and not only that, but we learned just now, I need to grab this transcript real quick, and then I'll let y'all have it back. That way I can run it through some stuff. What the hell? Give me that. And then give me the transcript. And then I won't toggle them. Okay, remind me, we're at 1313. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just going to kind of do this. La la la. Mm-hmm. Copy. And back to your regular.
Threaten you in any way?
I'm going to back it up a little bit.
All right. So
I don't know that she was driving that, but
on the Ring doorbell, did she threaten you in any way? Did she threaten to like do anything? Did she? Or
no, there's nothing you guys are gonna be able to do because she's very careful. She did say that she thinks I shot it myself, which I told my detective she's been spreading over and over, which obviously they have a lot of evidence that that's not true. But
yeah.
Anyways,
I'm just talking, just about this situation. If she said anything on the Ring, like, "Hey,
you could listen to it." I was really heightened, so I wasn't.
No, that's okay. Yeah, we can search the area. We can throw some extra patrols up here, make sure that she's not hanging around or, coming back here. If you guys do see anything, you can call us right away, and we can be up here in a few minutes and talk to her. So, also, we need do you have like a good contact number for her?
Yeah, I'll give you her number. Will you call the detective before you talk to her? This is what she's wearing. She's got a black hat, a real purple hoodie, and gray pants. Assuming she didn't already leave. I think you can hear me talk to her. That's probably on Bluetooth right now.
That's okay. It's not a problem.
Yeah, he says, I'm sorry a lot. He's like the battered husband, you know? Poor thing, man.
Yeah, she's in it, yeah. All right. You have a good contact number.
Whoa. Okay, I thought I went through.
All right, like I said, we'll actually patrol this a little more. If you see anything suspicious or anything like that, don't hesitate to give us a call so we can come up here and see what's going on. If she does come here, call us. If you know where she's at, call us. we'll talk to your detective, see what's going on, but then we need to contact her and say, hey, you're officially trespassed from this residence, so if you do come back here, you'll get arrested or...
What do you mean, Love Always? You're saying, okay, these officers did a great job. They arrested her that night, didn't they? Not this night, but whenever she came back in the dark of night, with Uncle Alex parked a couple houses down, low key. She was all in black, looked like a little ninja. And it was like November 15th. So this is the 12th of November. It says it top right. Well, whatever. It's this way. Top right corner of your screen. 2019, 11/12. Okay. And so whenever, because they do, Melanie and the cops do exchange, whatever, they exchange words and about how he told her not to trespass. And she was like, oh, well, I can just move. And he's like, that's not how it works. But they did take her in, and that's why they upgraded it to DV and arrested her. Like the trespass, okay, she did it here, kind of, I guess, allegedly. I don't know. I don't have the full story yet, but let's see. They protected those kids. Where did Brandon go after this? After she found him at his mom's. Let's see. We know Alex died basically a month after this, to the day. This is November 12th. Alex died December 12th. So a month later. So I don't know where Brandon goes. I don't know if he stays here. I don't know if he stays with friends. We do have the Yules, who I want to say was the beginning part of November. They're, the audio that we have from the Yules, where she's looking like damn fire starter. That's what I picture her as. Fire in the background, Uncle Alex with a damn cigarette or something. And just staring, saying the Holy Spirit sent me here. I swear to God, that's what I envisioned. I tried making a video, an AI video to match my vision of that. You think she was not in Idaho. I mean, now I don't know where she is now, but she has 50-50 custody with Brandon right now. So it would behoove her to park her little ass, just saying. And then she has a whole nother kid. That's five kids. Oh my God. No child is safe. Amen. Hey, preach it. Preach it. Okay. This for sure twice. I don't know. Let me play so we'll find out the rest of the story, allegedly.
Removed or whatever, and then we can go from there. Okay, we'll contact her and say, hey, you're officially trespassed from this residence, so if you do come back here, you'll get arrested or removed or whatever, and then we can go from there, okay?
Dang.
Give me just 1 second. I'm going to grab you a case number. That way you have something to reference for any future follow-ups should they come up. But we'll get that. I'll leave you with this. It's got a contact phone number. It's got my name. And then I can come up here for follow-up.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, do you have any... You can just get it over the radio. Just ask for a case number real quick. Okay. Do you have any other questions or concerns for us at this time? No. Okay.
5J44.
No, it's not wasting our time with what's going on, so...
Can I get a case number for this call?
I'll find something in the statement.
911.
It's the best place. We're just trying to make it easier for my kids. Let them know anything's going on.
Go for it.
Hey, cartoon daddy. Yeah, cool thing. Thank you, Miss Mojo. Oh,
so yeah, there's going to be a report on this and everything you said. We'll contact her. We'll contact your detective, see what's going on there, and then we'll just have to go from there. If we can't get in contact with her, then that's just how it's going to be. But if she's here, if she comes back or anything, we can talk to her in person. Then we can do something about it. So, all right. Any other questions, concerns for us now? Okay. All right. Well, sorry about that, and give us a call if you need us. Okay.
Shut
Thanks.
up.
All right. Have a better night.
I mean, did they just say that? How much did it say? shit. 3 days. Dun, dun, dun. 3 days later, American Fork police returned to Brandon Boudreaux's parents' home. We've seen this one. Brandon's parents called police saying Melani Pawlowski returned and was looking for her children. KSL News spliced the following footage and audio to provide a better viewer experience. Well, thank you, KSL, owned by the church. Well, thank you, KSL. That was awful nice. No wonder the other ones was only 22 minutes. Thank you, Detective Daughter. I like this name. No, nasty.
Melanie?
Yeah. Oh.
What are you doing here?
Okay. You know she gets out of there? Let me go back.
You were also
You saw how she ejected. She like ejected from here. Let me make sure I'm saying that right.
Melanie?
Get over here. Oh, she came over here.
What are you doing here?
So she didn't really come from the garage. All right, my bad. Okay, I don't think. Unless you did and then went that way and then went that way. And then you got to think, Alex is parked way over here in the dark. She never says anything.
What are you doing here?
That's who just shot at her freaking estranged husband, okay? Like, that is so freaking predatory. It's like hunting, you know? And oh my God. I'm sorry. It's just taking on a, I don't know, just putting myself, you know, like in that time frame. Like, it's crazy how this lady is free. I don't get it. I hope her, you know what, is puckering. I hope it is. Pucker away, girl.
Legal mediation agreement. My kids have been held out of state.
You were also criminally trespassed over the phone by me.
I asked an officer to come here last night to do a check-in because I'm worried they're in danger.
But you came over here after being told that you were criminally trespassed.
But I have an agreement
from this residence, correct?
But my order says that it's my time with my kids. They're supposed to be in Arizona. My husband's kept them out of
trespassed from this location.
I just need my kids, and
Nope.
You're welcome to look at this order. They've been out of state, out of school, and my husband's lied to everybody. I'm sure he lied to the cop last night. We've been in
contact with.
Do you have a victim's advocate I can speak to in the police department, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where'd you get this order from?
So this is our mediation order.
Okay.
I also have another copy of the original copy of the court.
Yes, ma'am.
This is my time with the kids. My husband's been hiding with them over a month out of state.
Yeah, we talked to you the other day, right?
Yeah, so
And
I asked for somebody to come in and check in on them to just make sure they're safe because my husband or my ex-husband will not talk to me.
So we told you they were safe yesterday, right? On the phone, we said we saw
on the phone,
the
but
kids.
they are supposed to be in my custody, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. There's no.
Hey, right now we're working through something else, okay?
Yeah, if you just want to step inside, we'll come talk to you in a moment, okay?
He said he's had a protection order against them, and there was nothing. I've never been served with it.
Because you dip around like a damn witch.
What were you wanting to happen tonight? Coming over here, were you going to try to take the kids away from her, or what's going on?
No, I'm not taking. I'm just trying to show that I was going to bring this copy to them and say this is my time with the kids.
Okay.
He's had them out of state, and he's been lying to. Everyone's protecting them. Like, I know they're nice. My in-laws are nice people, but they've been lied to them, saying that there's a protection for a place to visit. My kids are. I'm worried they're in danger because my husband's been doing things that caused me to worry. He says he was shot at a month ago, and then he went into hiding, and no one in Arizona has seen him for weeks or my children, and he kept them out for over a month with truant absences. I asked an officer to just come over here last night to just make sure they're safe, and he said I can't do a welfare check or a wellness check.
So did you not hear me when I was talking? We were talking to you on the phone the other day and said we came here because you were here. We came here. We checked on the kids. They were okay.
Yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, the day before.
And I had to call in because I didn't know if that was. I just heard something on speaker. I didn't hear anything. I heard that it wasn't super clear, and so I called in the next day and I said, "Can you?" Because I don't want to have to go over there again. Can you send an officer to come
But
check
you
in?
came over here anyways when we told you that you
Well,
were
I have a-
trespassed from. It
well, I
doesn't
have a
matter,
legal-
Get
right?
her.
Well, my children are inside.
I
and
understand
they're
that,
probably in
right?
danger.
They're probably in danger. You know that for sure. Like,
Well, I know what my ex is capable of, and he has a lot of evil people working with him. So I just wanted to make sure my kids were safe last night. And
So-
the officer.
And they were.
so do you
Yeah,
think
so I
this
need to
was
speak to
the
a
right?
victim's advocate.
Okay,
If you
I'm
can-
just. But you were trespassed, correct? You remember that on the phone?
I
asked you if you understood. You said you did. So
okay.
So you understand you're trespassed, right?
Yes, but I believe with my order, I can come and just get my. I'm not going in. I'm not going into the house.
No shit.
Trespass from the property. You being on the lawn right now is a violation of that trespass.
Well, I can get off.
Well, it doesn't really matter now.
I'm not trying to barge into their house to run and take my. I'm just trying to be peacefully, trying to do what's right.
That's exactly what the hell she was going to do. That's exactly because if we've learned anything from Lori Damn Daybell is the projection and Chad. He's like, you know, whenever they're talking to Melanie Gibb on that recorded phone call, they're in Hawaii, you know, the core horror call. And Chad butts in with his big ass chins. Okay. He's like, boo, boo, boo. You know, they all come in like, and then, you know, the last chin comes in like 5 minutes late. And he's like butting into the audio and he's like, he talks about Tammy and nobody, it was unsolicited. Nobody asked Chad. Melanie Gibb did not ask Chad nothing. And he just goes in willingly, saying, you know, there's all these conspiracy theories by his sister-in-law. And I think he says that dark cane. Not sure. Anyways, but he's like, two corners were there bragging, like they project it. And he says, me and Lori, we're just not that smart, you know? Well, no, we do agree. Whole assed. We 144,000% agree. You are not smart. Okay. But y'all project like it's nobody's business. And that's creepy because that's exactly what she was going to do. And Alex always carried. Always. Remember that.
Run and take my. I'm just trying to
And
be.
back it up.
Right now is a violation of that trespass.
Well, I can get off.
Well, it doesn't really matter now.
I'm not trying to barge into their house to run and take my. I'm just trying to be peacefully, trying to do what's right and what's in my order.
Okay.
Is this the order?
Is this like when Lori says she's trying to be courteous to the judge just recently? You know, as she got her ass kicked out. Okay. Y'all need to go relearn some damn definitions.
Trying to do what's right and what's in my order.
Is this the order from Arizona when
Yes,
you
it
were
is.
in there?
They're illegally out of state right now. Like he's keeping them out of school for over a month. I've been searching for them. I don't know what else to do. I asked someone to just come over and see if they're safe last night. And Carlson probably scared them off, saying there's a protection order, and there's no protection order. We can go and look everything up right now.
Okay.
I haven't seen or talked to my kids. No protection.
I've seen this. That's
And
bad.
Carlson probably scared them off, saying there's a protection order, and there's no protection.
Scared who off? The damn cops or you? Because it didn't work. Bitch, be gone. It's not. You're immune to
I've
it.
been searching for them. I don't know what else to do. I asked someone to just come over and see if they're safe last night. And Carlson probably scared them off, saying there's a protection order, and there's no protection order. We can go and look everything up right now.
Okay.
I haven't seen or talked to my kids. I have a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, a 6-year-old,
They all dark.
a 9-year-old, and they haven't
All
seen
dark.
their mom for over. And
Not I haven't seen my kids. Okay. So hello, Narcissist Junior. Okay. That's what I hear. They haven't seen their mom. Not I haven't. I need to make sure that my kids are safe. Not to protect my kids. This is the same broad who brought her and Brandon's baby girl, the 2-year-old, right, to her police interview. Okay. And she's probably just like her Aunt Lori or our Aunt Lori. Oh, she can have her. And thinks that just like Lori thought that Tylee was to protect Lori. Lori thought her daughter was to protect her as a mother. You're supposed to protect your children. You don't need protecting. Okay. You're an old bag by this point. That's not how that works. And so same for her. She's like, and they haven't seen their mom. Not I haven't seen my babies, I'm just pointing that out.
My husband's been doing drugs, and
Well, this is probably not the best way to go about it, right? To come here and try to.
I tried asking if
you
an
know,
officer can just
I
make sure
understand
they're
that,
safe.
and we told you
But
they
I
were
was
safe,
told
right?
I have a mediation. I have this court order saying it's my time with the kids. If I know where they're at, I can go and get them.
No, so you can't come over here and forcefully take them,
Not forcefully,
and
I'm
we
just
can't
knocking,
come
saying,
over here and
I was gonna
forcefully
get them
take.
Sorry, okay, but this just brought up, okay, I'm seeing more and more similarities, since a lot of this dust has settled, in my little depressed state that I've been in over the last week. Just like Lori and Chad and Alex brought, I know those weren't all of Tylee and JJ's belongings, but I mean, we're talking about picture blankets, sentimental things, ice skates, look like they'd never been used. I'm not gonna lie. Scooter that we know JJ did use. If you've ever watched the Doomsday documentary that my parents took part in, Larry and mom, but mainly Larry was one track mind in that documentary. It's called Doomsday. He was looking for a scooter. They went to the secondhand stores. He asked people, "Have you seen a scooter?" Because wherever that scooter, JJ was on the damn scooter, always. But here you go. You have Lori putting her children's stuff. They're dead into a storage unit. Okay, she didn't want to see it anymore. But yet, I mean, I'm just saying, like, Melanie and David had already went and spent the night and stayed in your kids' rooms that were supposedly made up. Melani Boudreaux said that their kids' rooms were made up. Okay, well, and so this one here, Melanie Boudreaux, mini-me, she's setting stuff out on the curb too, October 31st, 2019, just like her aunt, but she put a free sign on it, on a cardboard sign. Free. And Rich Robertson popped her ass, basically. So, yeah, this movie is crazy. It's whack, 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 whack.
Take them
because
out,
I know
right?
they've been lied to, saying there's
Okay, well,
protection.
that's something that you're going to have to take up with the courts, right? Like we told you the other day, you're going to have to go to
I
the
don't know if they're
courts.
safe, and I feel like they're in danger.
We can go in there and check and see if they're safe, and then we can come back here and we can tell you they're safe. Stop talking. Stop talking. Okay, we can go in there, check if they're safe, but we already trespassed you from this property, saying you can't come back here, and you came back here, and it doesn't matter if you got this piece of paper. We told you not to come back here, and you come back here, and you're upsetting everybody, and now it's just a whole freaking problem. So your whole thing is here is you want to come here and check if they're safe? You want a welfare check on them?
Happened.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
And it's my time with
Yeah, so that's another problem, right? So this is a whole civil problem. This is a whole thing, okay? Because even if you do come here with these papers and say, yep, it's my time, they're not giving them back to me, then the only thing you got to do is go to the courts and you got to say, hey, listen, if these are signed by a judge down there in the court or whatever.
This happened to me, okay? And I'm just going to tell you, this is a real sore subject with me, but whenever me and my ex, we drew up custody papers, this is long after we were divorced, okay? But did the papers, but the court never established a starting point. And I would go every effing weekend with the police, because it's got to be every one weekend, right? No. But because the police can only enforce what the document says, if it's signed off by a judge, okay, there was not like, okay, this weekend, starting this date is Kresha's. This weekend starting this date, opposite, and oh my God, y'all. And it ended up, my bad. Of course, it was horrible. And it's anyways, 6 years of estrangement. Because I would bring my little baby girl with me too to go pick up her brother, different dads, and they would cause the biggest scene and they say, "No, we had him. She had him last weekend." And I'm like, "Oh my God." It was hell. It was hell. So get them dates. Get those dates. They're very important.
He can say, you know what, this is your time. Let's get this back in court. Let's have him come back to court. Let's do this. Then we can give you a report number, and we can stop talking. Stop talking, okay? I'm explaining some things, okay? Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah, sir.
So this isn't the best way to go about things.
Yes, sir.
Morgan.
You can bring up everything to the judge. You think he's doing drugs and that he's been getting shot at, and that it's not a safe environment for your kids. So what you can't do is come to a place where you've been trespassed.
Yes, sir. I just thought with my order, then I can just. It's okay. Thank you.
So now there's a bigger problem here because we trespassed you and you weren't supposed to be on here and you're causing alarm to them and everything like that. Who's your judge down there?
You don't know. Gotta make one up real quick.
You don't know your judge? Who signed your papers? Where'd you even get these papers from?
They were mailed to me.
Why?
You live in Arizona?
Yes, sir.
You lied. Okay, did she just say yes, sir? Because he asked her if she lived in Arizona.
You live in Arizona?
Yes, sir.
You live in Arizona?
Yes, sir.
Girl, you lied because this is November 15th. You signed your lease around November 1st and you done hauled your ass October 31st, 2019 to be exact. So that is a lie. You little liar. Little liar, liar, liar.
Was this done in mediation or in court? Because I don't see anything
It's a court ordered.
I don't see anything signed by a judge.
I have the copy with more signatures if you need to see that. This was just for them. I was just bringing them to them because I know they've been like.
This is a mediated settlement agreement, not a court order.
Yes, the court mediation was.
Well, if it was done through mediation, it's not through the court. That just means that you guys sat down with the mediator, you agreed on something. This is not something that's been enforced by a judge.
It has, sir. I have the paperwork in the car.
So you guys went to court, you sat there with the judge, judge
Yes,
made a determination.
Let's grab that real quick so I can see what kind of judge that is.
I wish they would have done this with Alex's effing license, okay? When they're joking, making giggles, whenever the cop goes to be like, "Oh, I didn't know you were here, Alex," and Alex gives him his ID because the cop asked for it. And I don't think he runs it. I don't think he ran it, but that's just me. It looked like he just kind of looked at it, and Alex kind of, love bombed him, or I don't know if that's the appropriate term, but just caught him off guard, got him laughing a little bit because that works for Alex, right? He's the comedian. Mm-hmm.
Sir, for him to check, with a picture or something, just to make sure it is them.
What, you don't believe us that we can go in there and check their well-being, or what?
No, sir. They have tons of cousins over probably, and I just want to make sure it's my kids.
We'll make sure. We're not here to lie to you or just make sure that your kids are not being taken care of. That's a huge deal to us, right?
I just want to make sure.
Kids are, in the state of Utah, kids are a big deal. So, we take that thing seriously. So, if we're there to check out the kids' well-being, we're going to do that. We're not just going to tell you something that's not true.
What's that movie where they're like, "No, sir. No, sir." I don't know. It's some movie, and it actually kind of reminds me of Gypsy Rose too. I'm just saying, "Sir, no, sir." I don't know. It's just manipulative.
Can go in there and check their well-being, or what?
No, sir. They have tons of cousins over probably, and I just want to make sure.
Oh, and they're playing.
We'll make sure. We're not here to lie to you or just make sure that your kids are not being taken care of. That's a huge deal to us, right?
I think you would lie to me. I just want to make sure.
Kids are, in the state of Utah, kids are a big deal. So, we take that thing seriously. So, if we're there to check out the kids' well-being, we're going to do that. We're not just going to tell you something that's not true, right? Where'd you park?
I'm just right here.
Thank you.
Behind the truck?
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody with you?
Yes, sir. Family member.
What's his name?
Alex Cox.
Lamar. Oh wow.
Yeah, hey, goody. Came back for a second.
No. I mean that's killing right there. That's killing. Y'all look how far down he is. Oh, Hookerella with her. I don't even know what kind of boots those are. They ugly. Why are you parked down here? Why are you parked down here? I'd be asking all kinds of questions.
Are you guys still married?
No, sir.
Your divorce is final?
Yes, it is.
When was it finalized?
Oh god.
October, it's on there. October, is it the 22nd? Is that the?
Oh,
Never saw this part.
Yes. So beginning October 15th, we didn't have any mediations orders mailed out
Yeah.
yet. I didn't have any copies, so we began hiding with the kids.
So-
I haven't seen them since.
okay. Have you been back to the court since he's left the state of Arizona? Have you
I would love
talked
to
to the
speak to a
judge?
victim's advocate.
Okay.
Because I'm not safe in my home in Arizona.
You're not safe in your home in Arizona?
I'm not, and so I had to.
Oh
I've just
god.
been looking for them.
Oh.
I don't know how to do. I felt like it says in here to not go straight to file in court. Says there's a process that we both agreed to go by. So we're supposed
And
to
you're
contact
not.
each other first, and he hasn't been contacted.
So if you guys haven't been doing that, then you can skip that
There's a
step
whole
and go
order.
through
It
that.
so I was just trying to do things the right way. I don't want all this drama and just. He's tried to file something. What I heard, I don't know.
What I heard.
Because I couldn't be at my house because I didn't feel safe.
Fucking
He's
move.
had me followed, and I've tried to just do the best I can with.
What the hell is she lying about now? Oh my god, I can't tell. I didn't even know I could talk that high. I'm sorry. What is coming out of her? What does Gigi say? Diabetes. She got a horrendous case of the diabetes. Her pants are on fire.
And all this
Okay.
drama and just he's tried to file something. What I heard.
She just said I don't want all this drama as she's there causing
If you haven't
drama.
been doing that, then you can skip that
There's a
step
whole
and go
order.
through
It
that.
so I was just trying to do things the right way. I don't want all this drama and just.
Just like hold on. Just like Lori said that she did not have a murderous heart. She just wanted to stop the bleeding and stop the pain. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't have a murderous heart just because I said so. And so because I said so, it means it's true. And so this one, I didn't want to cause any drama, but here I am.
I've tried to just do the best I can with going about this. I don't know. I've never done this before. Like I don't.
Correct.
Okay, so the proper thing to go about this is, you know, when all things else are failing, what you got to do is go to the court and you got to see a judge and you
Right,
got to
but
do the
I
whole
don't-
court stuff, right?
Yeah,
Is that not making
there's-
sense, or what do you want?
No, it's a long process. Like I've already. He's
It
been
is a
hiding
long
with them
process,
for a
that's
month.
right. But
Like,
if
how do
they're
I-
hiding and you can't get in contact with them and you're doing all this stuff, then the next step is to go to court and do all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't safely do that, and so I.
How could you not have saved? You got your little protector uncle there, you know? Whatever. Oh my God.
I just.
You can't safely go to court.
No, I couldn't safely go to the resolution case hearing.
Why?
I'd love to just speak to a victim's advocate if that's possible.
Yeah.
And so Lori straight up got a victim's advocate, and then we know she got a victim's advocate after, you know, my Uncle Charles was murdered in July 11, 2019. And Lori really made a big to-do about that when she was questioning Detective Yinklin on the stand. She was like, oh, you gave me a victim's advocate, right? You know, like that means you earn celestial points or something. What the hell? These people are backwards.
I'd love to just speak to a victim's advocate if that's possible.
Girl, they running.
Yeah. But
I mean, you guys can go in and make sure they're safe tonight. And I don't know what he's gonna
we
do
have
tomorrow.
another
I don't know if he's gonna
officer
go run
over
away
there.
with the kids somewhere and if they're in danger. So I don't know if if I have this and it says it's my time with the kids, like how
It actually doesn't say in the court order that you guys have a set schedule. It says that you guys have worked through mediation.
done that.
we do? It's in here. It's just
It says flexible parenting plan. It can be changed at any time. That's what it says in the court order.
We have set days, set weekends, and so we did set all of that.
Well,
And there's
maybe
a
in
lot of
mediation
different-
you
You might ought to have thought about that when you were signing the damn papers before you had a henchman go after your damn husband. You know, just saying.
did, but in the court order, it doesn't specify a specific time frame or a set schedule. It says that you've agreed in mediation to a flexible parenting plan, which can change at any time. There's no set time for parents.
Okay, what do you recommend for, like, he's been hiding with them for over a month? Like, that's not allowed. He's out of state with them. He's kept them out of school. They just got unenrolled from
You moved.
their school in Arizona.
So like I'm saying, we're not going to force the kids to come with you. We're not going to drag them out or take them or whatever like that. So what I'm telling you is that you need to go to the courts as soon as possible. And I know it might take a little bit of a time. It might take a little bit of time and stuff like that, but that's the best way.
Can I ask you something? If they go in there and they're not all in there, then what happens next?
If they're not all in there, if they go in there and they're not all in there, who was dubbed dark at this point in time? Was it just Blake? Was it just Brighton? Because that would say that says so many weird things. I feel like Joe Schmo right now breaking it down. Call it what you will. If when you go in there and they're not all in there, then what happens next? Whatever.
It might take a little bit of time and stuff like that, but that's the best way.
Can I ask you something? If they go in there and they're not all in there, then what happens next?
We'll have to find out where they are. We'll have to check on them.
Right?
Yeah, that's why I said. Okay. That's why I said we checked on them and they were all good. But the problem is that you're coming here and you're causing alarm.
I'm not trying.
And when we told you you weren't allowed onto that property.
Right, but if I have this and they have,
it doesn't matter when we trespass.
They have no right to my kids. That's the in-laws. They're not even with the husband. So is that an issue?
The husband's there. I talked to him.
He's there right now.
Yeah, I talked to him. Like
Brandon Boudreaux is there right now.
I don't know if he's there right now,
so
but he's living there.
They're not the in-laws have no rights.
Okay, I'm not here to argue with you anymore.
I am all about grandparents' rights, and oh my God, I want to shove them in her effing face right now. Okay, all about it. Ooh.
Okay. I'm just trying to.
So what you asked me is what you need to do, and if everything's what you're saying is true.
Kidnapping, that they're out of state with in-laws who have no rights to the kids.
I'm getting really pissed off right now that you're not listening to me and you're just talking over me. That is just really pissing me off. Do you want to listen to what I have to say, or do you want to just go your separate way and then we can just deal with you another day, I guess?
Sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to understand it. I haven't seen my kids in a long time.
I understand that, and I know we deal with a lot of these things, and the problem is that
so far,
the problem is that our hands are kind of tied when it comes to like civil papers like this and civil matters, right?
So how do we protect the kids?
So we can go in there and we can check their well-being and make sure they're okay and everything. If we don't see anything that's like wrong with them, or if they're being, we can ask them and check on them. Are you guys okay? Whatever. And they're like, yeah, we're fine. We're totally fine. Okay. Then our kind of thing is kind of just
keep the peace.
Oh, they're okay. Like it's not. We can't just keep pressing for stuff that's not there, right? Sure. So like
that's my uttermost concern.
I understand that. I understand that, and the state of Utah takes kid abuse and stuff like that really seriously. So the thing that you need to do right now is you need to go to the courts and you need to have the courts request him to come to the court, and you guys need to figure out a custody exchange or what's going on. If you're saying what's happening, that it is your time, that he's kidnapping the kids and everything like that, you can tell that to the courts, and then the courts can issue whatever. They can say, yep, you're not allowed to have the kids, give them back, and they can take the kids from him, give them to you, and all that stuff. But tonight, we're not taking them away from him. We're not going to forcibly give them to you, and we're not going to do all that stuff.
Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe, and that's not even binding or legal yet. So
But
Quite frankly,
how is
if
it not legal?
because
The
it hasn't been
papers.
signed and it hasn't been submitted by your mediator. Okay.
It
So,
has. It's,
facts
can I show
are-
you, sir?
Facts are,
show you
no,
on
I don't want to see it. I actually don't want to see it. Facts are, I think you should get a
Okay.
citation right now for trespassing,
Okay.
and then we should move on.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it for you, Goody?
They're on the hood.
Do you have her info?
Yeah, it's our case anyway, so we can go and just freaking follow up on it. Yeah, it's our case. So, just hang out here. Let's go grab our car and give her a case number and everything and do that. So,
Want me to stay here?
yeah, just stay right here with these officers, and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay. Not in his damn eyeballs. You want a frog light. I know.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
That
Yeah.
was one.
How do you know
That was
that
a
it has
question.
not been submitted to the court system?
Because apparently that's the conversation that your husband had with the mediator. So
if I pull up the Superior Court and it shows
Number
record that it
5.
has been, that's the story he's been telling, sir, but that's not true.
okay, I mean, do you have an actual record that says, yeah,
He did.
it's valid right now?
Sir.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're not going to get the kids out of here tonight anyway.
Sir, I just want to make sure they're safe.
They're safe. I just saw all 4 of them.
But do you have their pictures? Like, how do you know
They're
it's my cousin?
How do I know it wasn't a cousin?
Do you know what their pictures look like?
No, I'm gonna
Do
bring
I
my
know what their
stepmother.
pictures look? Well, I don't know what the kids look like, but
So how do you know that was them?
how do you know that there's 4 kids in there
Because
that
the officer
Right?
said that all
What
4
was
of my
it?
children.
was it a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old, right? 3 boys, 1 girl,
No, 2 boys, 2
2 boys, 2 girls.
Sir,
The youngest
Sir, I'm sure you can
was the youngest one a girl,
yes.
and then so that would mean your 2 and your 4-year-old's a girl,
No, boy.
boy.
Blonde, curly hair, dimples, blue eyes.
Yeah, well, they're all in there,
Is
right?
there a way that
I'm not gonna go start snapping pictures of kids.
I
Okay,
how,
but-
there have tons of cousins over there. How do I?
oh, there's tons of cousins over there. Right
Oh.
now, you know for a fact there's tons of
You're
cousins over
dangerous.
there. You can argue with me all day. You're not gonna win. Okay?
I'd love to speak to victims out.
There's
What the hell
4
is she
children
doing?
in there that
Like,
are
you-
happy and healthy. Okay? 2 of them are playing Fortnite. The other 2 are watching Frozen.
Hey, Frozen.
Is there anything else you want to know? But the facts are, is you can't even be here.
Word that it's not filed in court because I have legal documents saying that it was filed in court and signed by
You're
him,
not
by
legal.
the judge, by our mediator. So
Where's it at?
it's right here.
Let me see it.
Show it to you.
I'd throw
Doesn't
him in the
matter. I
damn
mean, again,
air.
it still doesn't matter.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just
I'm
here.
gonna do whatever I
I
want.
know.
Like the
You
facts
will.
are is that
I get it.
the facts
I
are
get
is
it.
that
Look,
like I'm not just gonna go in there and remove the kids from the home.
You do whatever you want. No.
So if it was filed on October 22nd,
Yes, sir.
why
Why am I here now?
are you here now?
Sir, on
Again.
October 16th, our mediator went into file, and then Brandon went into hiding with my children. They've been out of
Oh,
state for
God.
over a month,
What's been awful?
out of school, and I've been looking for them everywhere. Somebody said
$10,000
that
reward.
They've seen Brandon, but not the kids, so I don't know if he's split them up different places. Their schools have unenrolled them now. He's not supposed to take them out of state, and he's broken everything in this agreement. He's lied and said that it hasn't been filed, and then he lied and said he has a protection order. And there's nothing that has been filed, and we can look it up. I have it on my phone as well, the Superior Court.
Yeah, pause. Right. Get on your broom, girl, and fly.
Well, there's that. So whether or not, I mean, obviously it
Obviously,
may be filed or it may
It
not
is
be
filed.
filed. I don't know. Whatever.
Sir, I sent an officer over
Right.
here last night to do a welfare check, and they completely. And then he said I'd be happy to go do it, and then he called me and said, started like the tone totally changed. Like they've been lying about what orders are in place.
Sir, you sound like you don't trust the
They're
police.
legally not supposed to be out of state right now. They're not. I don't even know if Brandon is there. They're not even in the care of either of their legal guardians right now.
Yeah, but they are safe. But they are safe and they're taken care of. So we're not just going to go in there and remove them from the house.
Even though they're not with a legal guardian. They're
Absolutely not.
with in-laws that
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No way. No way. I mean, you guys got all this other stuff going on. Like,
Keep your
if
kids.
the kids are safe, we're not going to take them out of the house. It's just that simple. And furthermore, it's a civil problem that we can't do anything about anyway. Does that make sense? Like, this is a custody thing. There's not much we can do with custody. All we can do is document that there's a custodial
Sir, I would
interference,
just
and
ask
that's it.
If there's a way to get a picture, to just make sure that they're there and safe.
I'm not going to go in there and disturb them anymore, okay? They already don't want to see a cop, okay? They don't want to see a cop.
If he kept to this order, we wouldn't be doing
All
this.
right, but I'm not going to go in there and stir things up even more.
I'm their mother, and I haven't
I know.
talked to them for over a month, and you won't
I
even
get
let
it.
me know for sure if they're safe.
I just let you know for sure they're safe.
I don't know if those are cousins over there.
Oh,
though.
there's nobody else in that house. There's nobody else in the house. So if you're telling me that you
So
know for
my
a fact
husband isn't- my
there's
ex-husband
15
isn't even
people in
there?
that house right now having some sort of family get together, you're out of your mind because there's not anybody else in that house. Nobody.
Bye, girl.
And honestly, your best option right now is to probably just stay away from here.
Kelly.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up
Yes, sir.
in jail. At some point in time, we'll just end up taking you to jail.
Probably not before my ex-husband with everything he's doing. So
Okay? There's honestly that custodial things, there's like nothing that we can do about it. Nothing.
I understand.
Not a thing.
It's sad. It's honestly sad, but I understand.
I get that it's sad, but you can't come over here, one, when you've been told
They've
not
been
to,
kidnapped.
two, you're not kidnapped by their own parent. He
The
has
parent
just
isn't
as much
there.
right to them
Aaron
as you
isn't
do.
there, though. No, he doesn't. It legally says that it's my time with him. He's been hiding with him out of state. He legally has broken everything in here.
Are you guys still married?
No.
Well, then you guys have got conflicting stories, and at
Right,
this
and I
point,
have proof. I'm not
they're-
coming up with stories. I'm telling you the truth.
they're in
and
a
I have
safe home,
documentation.
and I'm just not gonna remove them. Nobody's gonna remove them. So you can sit here and argue and do all that stuff, and bring this guy over here, but it's not gonna do you any good.
I have a family member with me.
Where are you
who's
staying
safe.
right now? Where are you living?
I live in Chandler, Arizona.
Where are
No,
you
you
staying right
don't.
This guy over here, but it's not gonna do you any good.
I have a family member with me.
Where are you
who's
staying
safe.
right now? Where are you
I have a family member with me, right? I have a family member with me. Something about safe. It just doesn't show up on the.
over here, but it's not gonna do you any good.
I have a family member with me.
Where are you
who's
staying
safe.
right now? Where are you living?
I live in Chandler, Arizona.
How long have you been out here for?
In Utah?
Yeah.
I came out here on Tuesday, and then I drove several hours away because I don't want to be around here, and I'm trying to just figure out the right thing to do.
We're several hours where? Where did you drive to?
Drove to Idaho, then back.
You literally drove to Idaho yesterday
It's 4 or 5 hours.
and then back.
Yes, sir. I
All right.
got my order, and I came back because
It's
it
a
legally
Friday.
says it's my time with the kids, and
Okay.
he's broken everything
You've
in
been
here.
doing this
All
since
right.
Tuesday. I just looked up the dates, right? I don't know if y'all could see it. 2019 November. She just says she was there since Tuesday. We that's the very beginning of this body cam footage that was new, that was released. It was of Brandon's mom and Brandon. And then KSL spliced these body cam footage that we've already had, different. This is a different perspective. We've had other body cam angles, I guess you could say, from different officers. But so she says Tuesday. So Tuesday is the 12th of November, 2019. The 13th is Wednesday. The 14th is Thursday. It's a Friday night now. She done been stalking there, okay? 4 straight days. 4, if not more. Yeah. That's wild to me.
You can look at this and say
Fair
we are
enough.
not to be removed from the
Let me
state
go
of
back.
Mexico 5 hours.
You several hours where? Where did you drive to?
On here, and I'm trying to just figure out the right thing to do.
Or several hours where? Where did you drive to?
Drove to Idaho and then back.
You literally drove to Idaho yesterday
It's 4 or 5 hours.
and then back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she lives there.
I
Alright.
got my order and I came back because it legally says it's my time with the kids. And
Okay.
he's broken everything in here.
All
So
right.
you can look at this and say
Fair
they are
enough.
not to be removed from the state of Arizona or out
I-
of school. And they are.
I believe it. Okay? I believe it. But I think you guys have some deeper problems going on right now.
Sure. And I just
And-
want to make sure that it is my 4 children there and that they're safe.
But here's the thing,
You should
is I'm not
kind of-
going to do anything to make the situation worse. Nobody's going to do that. Okay? I'm not going to go in there and parade around taking pictures of these kids. You know,
I can show you a
just-
picture and you could just go make sure it's them.
show me a picture.
Okay.
Show me a picture of all 4 of them. I've seen all 4 of them.
Okay.
So show me a picture.
This is my daughter.
Is watching Frozen?
Okay.
Yeah, I feel bad for them kids.
This is my son.
Did the hype for me?
This is my daughter.
They have 2 sons
Watching
and 2 daughters.
Frozen with your other one?
Not even real sniffling. Stop.
This is my.
And that should be the littlest one. Yep. Yeah. He was playing Fortnite with your other boy.
Sorry, I'm pulling up
Do
a
you guys have
video.
a court date set up or anything?
There's one set for a month away.
A month away? Where at?
In,
Arizona?
yeah, Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona.
Gilbert?
If he's not in the state though, then we have to file here though, is what I heard. So it just starts all over, and
Yeah.
you can't just keep hiding with my kids.
Oh,
I mean, to be 100% honest with you, I would just plan on having to come back here for court and just restarting it. Like that, there's just, you know what I mean? There's just nothing else that, we just can't do that stuff. We can't.
I know.
Like legally, I can't go in there and remove those kids. I can't do it.
I don't want to make a scene. Like I just
You
like
did. It's
this.
too late.
This whole thing sucks. Like they literally make it impossible. Like for a mother
Yeah.
to. Like I've
It
done
is.
everything legally right.
I know.
And he's lied to everybody, and I've done everything right.
no, ma'am.
The facts are,
Literally, everyone who's helping him hide thinks there's a protection order in place. Everything has been a lie. I would love to speak to a victim's advocate and see what my options are.
She's a piece of work.
I, 1
live with you?
It's my uncle Alex Cox.
Alex Cox, you know his date of birth by chance?
I don't.
January
Don't.
Sure, I'd be happy to
January
give it to
18th, 1960 something.
Well, but there's a medical.
All right, Melanie. Today you're going to be receiving a citation for criminal trespass.
Please don't just send me your old.
I'm going to have you sign it. It's not an admission to guilt, just acknowledging that you were given a copy of the citation.
Okay.
You'll also be provided with a copy for yourself.
Okay.
Would you like to sign the citation?
Would I like to? I mean, if I have to, do I have to sign it?
You don't have to,
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
but
If I don't have to, I mean,
it,
I don't know. I
it
don't.
all depends on
Yeah.
the judge. I mean, it's
Sure,
if
I mean,
you refuse
if I-
to sign it, judge will just put on there that you refuse to sign.
Yeah.
That might not look good to the
I
judge when you take care of it.
I don't
Like I
believe
said,
it was trespassing since I had a legal order, so I don't understand all that. I'll have to go
because
lawyer.
I told you were not allowed on that property over the phone. You
Right,
stated
but
you
if my
understood.
kids were in there
It
and I had
doesn't
a
matter.
legal,
Yeah.
I understand now. I know. I'm not trying to argue, so I'll just choose not to sign.
Okay. Grab her fingerprint real quick. We'll get you out of here.
Just put it on there.
These
Get your
are
right
freaking
index
shit.
finger. Just go ahead and place it right on there. Okay.
Yeah, let's go and grab it. Yeah, go ask Steve. If you have to drive a license, take a picture of that.
I'll just put on
Take
our
a picture
copy
of
that we
that.
submit that you refuse to sign the citation.
I don't know how all that works, so I'll just do that, I guess.
Okay. There's a copy for you. I did circle contact information for the American Fourth District Court.
Do you have information as far as like guys go into the office to speak to victims advocate?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah, we'll
here's
take you
this
there.
for you. Here's a card. I can write on the back for you our victim advocate's name. Her name's Donna Whiting. She's our victim ad. So here's our case number. This is the officer in charge, Officer Burdine. Let me grab this clipboard. Let me write on there Donna Whiting. That's who you're going to want to talk to. So.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
As far as like a welfare check, like I don't want to. I've been told Brandon's mother's abusive, and is it okay to ask every day to have somebody go check on the kids?
And
She
you're
just
welcome
say-
to. And that's
To have
You
somebody
just
mother's
landed-
abusive, and is there?
He
I've been
so
told-
did. I've been told. I've been told Brandon's mother is abusive.
Brandon's mother's abusive, and as far as like a welfare check, like
Who?
I don't want to. I've been told Brandon's mother's abusive, and is it okay to ask every day?
You've been married to her son for over 10 years, and you've heard your mother-in-law is abusive. Yeah, I'm trying to use code words, but why? Abusive. By whom? Right.
To have somebody go check on the kids.
She got like her magic 8-ball, and she's like,
and you're welcome to. And that's. But the kids, both interactions have seemed happy, healthy.
It's good.
So
So there's ask for Donna. So on the front there's an office number, or that's what you want to call during regular business hours.
Okay, so
That's
they
for
only have regular business hours.
oh, I forgot the lady's name.
right now.
Donna Whiting?
Yeah, because she's stuff. So you'll have to call her tomorrow. Regular business hours. Talk to her about the situation. You can reference that case number. We'll write up a report on that stating what happened here today. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't show up even with a court order to try to do all that stuff. Okay. Do you have any other questions or concerns for us at this time?
I don't.
Okay, don't come back. Please don't, because the next time you come back, you're probably going to go get booked into Utah County Jail. Okay?
I just thought I was doing the right thing with the quarter, but it's okay. I learned.
Okay. All right, other than that, you're good to get out of here. Yep.
Rewinding to officer speaking to Alex in her, I'll say her, Telluride. Packing. You know, he says he carries a gun everywhere.
What's up, Alex? You have your ID on you, man? She's basically in my back pocket. You can hand that over to that. Sure. Cool.
After this, it'll be right here. Ugh.
Pretty good, dude. Not bad.
Mm.
You guys come all the way from Arizona?
No.
Oh, where were you coming from?
Idaho.
Oh, Idaho. That's right.
Hello. Nothing.
Do you live in
there.
Idaho?
Yeah, I just moved up there
Yeah.
From where?
from Arizona.
Oh, what the heck?
Apparently that was too warm.
Idaho's a big change.
Let's
It's
talk about the damn weather. Who said it's a good thing? I'm sorry. I was talking.
Idaho's a big change.
it's a good change.
He just did like Lori and like all her friends. He just went up octaves. I thought that was Melanie saying, it's a good change. I think that was Alex.
Idaho's a big change.
It's a good change.
He went up some octaves.
Here's your ID back, man.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
I can turn the bell light on for him.
Well, keep my light out of your face, probably. I'm just with everybody here. We can watch her, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Yeah, I got somebody out here." We're like, "Whoa!"
Which is a red flag. It should be slapping you in the face.
Just let's make sure everybody's safe and okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
I'm not moving.
cool.
So he's not moving. Everything should be safe and okay. That's telling, huh?
And then all of a sudden she's like, "Yeah, I got somebody out here." We're like, "Whoa!" Just let's make sure everybody's safe and okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
I'm not moving.
cool.
None of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Look, everybody raking. There's somebody right there. There's somebody right there. That's like the trailer park, man. I swear. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's when, when you're not, you're in a different class, when everybody goes into their panic room instead. I'm just saying. Trailer park, everybody just fixing stuff outside. There's somebody raking. Anyways, needed a laugh. No. Ooh. Whole family. Little. 45 minutes later, Melanie Pawlowski was brought to the American Fork Police Station. This is all of our favorite part.
Yeah. You can talk to her in this room or.
Okay. So we're just going to go down here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. No video. Melanie has turned dark. Long time ago.
And just follow him. Nope, right here. Right. Okay, so things have changed.
In the soft room again. Okay.
Okay, so things have changed a little bit. Okay.
Come on. Give it to us.
Definitely we made a mistake and didn't catch on until afterwards.
Okay.
Your criminal trespass is enhanced to
What did they do? Did they follow them and pull them over? Or tell them, hey, we'll follow you to the police station?
words.
Okay.
Your criminal trespass is enhanced to domestic violence.
How does that work?
Because
It works like you, okay, being a crazy Mormon. They don't like that. Her and her mama aunt, they don't like that.
you were in a domestic relationship, you had, in-laws there, you trespassed, you entered the garage unlawfully. So we're actually going to be taking you into custody tonight.
Okay.
So I'm just going to need you to go ahead and stand up, face away from me, place your hands behind your back.
Do you need me to just leave?
You can just set that right there. We'll take everything with you.
Okay.
Take it like a champ.
Is your
Just like
uncle still
Ruby.
out there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Just like
All
Lori.
right.
So do you have anything on you that would be considered illegal in a correctional facility? Drugs, knives, weapons?
Guns, knives, alcohol,
Oh,
drugs,
sorry,
anything like that.
I don't drink.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
It would explain a lot if you did.
All right. I can go give these to your uncle. You probably want this to have some contact information and stuff. They can hold this at the jail for you.
What'd you know?
Or if you
I
want.
can give it to my uncle.
Do you know phone numbers off of this and everything? So
Hello.
You don't know which burner phone he's using or she's using.
Do you want to take that with so that way when you are released, you can make contact?
yeah.
Okay. Are these cuffs too tight?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm going to
Oh.
go ahead and double lock them so they don't send you up on the ride over to the jail, okay?
Is that call still open or no?
Yeah.
Go get her damn uncle.
All right. Just go and follow.
Look, he's been blind. Hi, girl.
Okay. I'm just going to come right back here.
Grab a bunch of stuff out of the back seat. So let's just have you come up here for me. Just at the front while I am.
Here, just stand right here.
She ain't trying to work. Girl, she just working her jelly just like her aunt. Sorry.
Can you at least let?
Yeah, we'll let him know.
You really will.
Yep, we'll let him know before we leave. That
Right.
way he's not sitting around waiting for you.
Thank you.
Oh. For me. For me. Yeah. Mm-mm.
All right. Let's go ahead and have a seat in there. Put your seatbelt on.
Okay, good. Climb in there.
Never been in a cop car before.
Well, apologize that it's got to be.
I am so sorry to hear that. Okay. My cat's name is Karen. Holy shit. And I mean, I understand because we didn't have the date established on mine and my ex-husband's custody papers. It was like every other weekend. Swip swap on holidays, just the normal run of the mill. didn't establish a start date. And so every weekend I would show up. I mean, not like this, not like this. No. Instead, it was coming from that end, and I mean, it got to the point where I was just like, I don't want my son to hear this. I don't want their kids to hear, or, her kids to hear this. And I definitely don't want my daughter to hear all the stuff that they would, they were just like these folks, except I don't think I had a bounty on my head, allegedly, yet. But yeah, so you got to get that established or it can muck you for, yeah, I'm so sorry for anybody who's had to endure that, it's just messed up. It is messed up, but it's like it happens to those of us who aren't over here plotting murders and stuff, Oh yeah, she did know that he had a PI. Oh, okay, let me stop reading those comments so I can
like this, but we'll make it as painless as
Okay,
possible.
write her a letter. Nothing's going on.
Do you want me to go let Uncle know? Doesn't matter, or do you want to do it? We pull up over there.
I don't know if I want to pull up over there because I don't want him to see her, so.
Okay, do you want me to go over there then?
We can go over there real quick and just. Wow.
Yeah, he pulled down there again.
He pulled up. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, did what?
That's him right there.
Yeah. I just didn't want one of us falling,
Yeah.
So.
What a lurker.
Mr. Cox? Yeah. I'm going to leave this with you. Melanie's going to be going to the Utah County Jail tonight. Okay. So she wanted to leave that with you. All right. I'm sure she'll reach out to you as soon as she's able to, okay?
So where would I bail her out, or?
Yeah, you're going to be able to bail her out. It doesn't take very long to process her, okay. But she's going to be at the Utah County Jail.
She has phone calls there, so I can ask her for a emergency contact, and we can give her your information.
I don't know if she. I don't think she has my number.
Not in her phone. Does she have it in her phone?
Yeah, it's in her phone.
Oh yeah, we're taking her phone with her, so that way she can have all the numbers and stuff like that. But unfortunately, our hands are tied with the law and stuff like that, and this is just what's got to happen. So, okay.
Yeah. All right,
Any
sir.
other questions, concerns for us?
How much is bail going to be on that?
I don't know.
Any idea?
Not yet. No.
Yeah, when she gives you a call, she'll know the bail amount, so she can tell you. But okay. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Hold on. Thought I'd have enough time. Melani Pawlowski was booked into the Utah County Jail. Alex Cox posted her bail five days later. Damn, girl, you had to stay in there for 5 damn days. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she got right out. Melanie pled no contest and avoided prison time in 2020. Right about the same time, I would say, her Mesa, the computer tampering. She was later charged in Arizona, alleged computer tampering. Come on, don't stop. Damn it, man. Okay. Yeah, that was wild just to see it all like a damn movie, basically. Like a whole damn movie. Okay. And her kids were deemed dark. Yeah. That's wild. Okay. So I was trying to tally up some things. Let's ooh. Okay. Sorry. Let me do this real quick. I wanted to kind of see here. This is Rich Robertson. This is Brandon. This was his PI, and he also became a private investigator for my mom and Larry as well. Okay, let's see. Where are we at?
Physically following them through Salt Lake City. all of the house where Brandon and those kids
Whoa.
working for police, but for information about where the presence of her kids. But Brandon was hiding them.
Gotta back it up.
Now
I gotta back it up. Okay.
Yeah, we knew that that Lori had already moved up there, and presumably with the kids, and that's what Kay was saying.
Yeah.
And of course, the trick there is the reason I knew that they were headed to Rexburg was
Right.
while they were loading the furniture into that U-Haul, I slipped a GPS unit onto that U-Haul, and so I was watching everywhere they went. And but
to answer this question real quick, Alex died like less than a month after she was arrested. So they showed up there November 12th, which was the very first body cam footage that we showed tonight. Okay, it was Brandon's mom, Brandon. And then that was November 12th. And then it fast forwarded and it weaved together the body cam footage that we already had. So that was November 15th. And so Alex and hold on, I got it right here. Whoop. This is just to kind of give you a little perspective. This is Alex's, because his birthday. Okay, where are you moving to? BYU Idaho State Housing. Okay, this was a receipt for the moving the U-Haul. Okay, Gilbert Self Storage is where they picked it up from. They're going to drop it off at Self Storage Plus, which is exactly where Lori, Chad, Alex hid the why I don't know, the Jeep back seat and the spare tire that's affixed to the back of Tylee's Jeep. That's where they put that. That's where Tylee and JJ's belongings were as well, in that locker, in a 10 by 10 locker, C52. I remember that. And so look, I mean, this, I don't know when, it doesn't give me a date right here, but $1,160 for the U-Haul. This was taken by Rich Robertson. That's the house. Okay. This is the moving van. Then there's also October 31st, Melani Boudreaux. So did she not? I'm a little confused by this. And it's a boarding pass, you know, it's Idaho to, okay. I don't know what IWA means. Y'all, I'm not a frequent flyer, so I don't speak this lingo here. Okay, but that's the same day that she moved out. So did she leave her uncle and then just go catch a plane? Or I don't know what's come from and to, okay? I'm sorry. But this also says Alex. Oh, maybe that was them getting from Idaho Falls to whatever, IWA, whatever the hell that means. Okay, so there's that. There's old lurker. There's a jailbird. You know what kind of bird don't fly? Jailbirds. This was November 30th, 2019. This is the state of Nevada. This is a marriage license. Alex Pastinez, right? So November 30th, 2019, Alex and Zalema get married at the Lucky Little Chapel there in a business-like ceremony. That's how they conducted their ceremony. It was very business-like. Okay. So, and then it says Ian Robert Pawlowski of Rexburg and Melani Boudreaux of Rexburg. Oh, her birthday's April 24th. Interesting. So this is 12/2. I'm just kind of refamiliar. So, okay. And so that means that, okay. So November 29th is, wait, I thought the November 29th is whenever Alex and Zelima got married. November 30th, I thought, was whenever Melanie and Ian tied the knot. Oh, wait. Whoa. This is theirs. Okay, my bad. In the presence of Alex Cox. So he was married, took the last name of Zuzu. So this is him witnessing Ian, Robert. Okay, so so Ian and Melani Boudreaux got married November 30th, 2019 in the presence of Alex Cox. Okay, in Vegas there. And Zelima and Alex got married the day before with, I think, one of the workers there ended up being the witness for Zelima and Alex. This was interesting too. This was filed 12/2/2019. So okay, fast forward from where we just were, which was the middle of November. And this is the father's petition to modify legal decision-making and parenting time and child support. And it's Brandon Boudreaux and Melanie Boudreaux is the respondent. And so it goes with this one. Where'd it go? This one was 1/27/2020. This one's interesting right here. It says, I don't want to show you their birth dates. Okay, it says the children currently reside with father. Mother resides in the state of Idaho. Father has withheld the children from mother since October 9, 2019. On October 18, 2019, petitioner Brandon Boudreaux, hereinafter father, filed his emergency motion for temporary orders regarding legal decision-making and parenting time. Father's motion preceded the court signing the consent decree. On October 22nd, 2019, the court denied father's emergency motion. See Exhibit 1. Mother remarried on November 30th, 2019. That following Monday, December 2nd, 2019, father filed his petition to modify legal decision-making, parenting time, and child support. Father claimed that mother could not be served. Well, I wonder why. Okay. Because she was moving and grooving. Okay. Let's see. Just like her Aunt Lori, right? Lori did everything she could to be to evade being served by Charles. But okay, this is so interesting, y'all, because listen, father had mother's email address. He could have alerted her that he filed papers and that she should look on the court docket. Okay, that's the mentality we're dealing with. Melanie is saying, Brandon has my email address. He should have alerted me that he filed papers and that she should look on the court docket to know that he filed the papers. Father knew that mother remarried and moved from the residence where he tried to serve her, knowing she did not live there. Melanie's like, he tried serving me and he knew I didn't live there. His filing for the modification happened immediately after mother remarried on November 30th, 2019. She's like, nah, you're just jealous. On December 17, 2019, the court suspended mother's parenting time based on father's false allegations and his misrepresentation to the court regarding serving mother. In father's petition dated October 18, 2019, father has made allegations against mother, claiming that she tried to have him murdered. He even provided a photo of his car with bullet holes in it. Interestingly, he never provided a police report or any other evidence to substantiate his claim. Mother was never charged. Mother was never charged with the alleged attempted murder. Oh, hold on, bitch. Anyways, father also failed to mention in his petition that he has made questionable business dealings in Arizona. There are many people who believe father stole from them or financially harmed them. He never mentioned that these business associates could be trying to murder him. Mother had no reason to instigate an incident of this nature against father. She has remarried and moved on with her life. Father never provided any evidence to the court to substantiate any of his claims against Mother. And nor did she, okay, which was like, he's gay because he wears sunglasses at night indoors, and he's losing weight and looking confident. Okay. And stressed. Okay. So it says, Mother fears for the safety of her children while in Father's care because of his questionable business dealings and the attempt on his life. Because of his actions, Father has now put the children in danger while in his care. Since the divorce, Father has demonstrated his anger and animosity towards Mother. Did y'all just see Brandon instigating her? I don't think so. He undoubtedly is upset at Mother's remarriage. In retaliation, he has made every attempt to eliminate Mother from the children's lives. Now turn that statement and just say it's her to Brandon, okay? I mean, that she has made every attempt to eliminate Father from the children's lives, okay? Including not being truthful with this court. Father is also angered because with his attempted murder, Mother did not reach out to him and express her concern for him. The parties are divorced, and with these continued false allegations by Father against Mother, he should not expect her to reach out to him. How dare you, Brandon? Yeah. Father claims that Mother did not Father claims that Mother did not express any concern for the children. However, this is simply not the case. Mother has attempted to reach out to the children several times, and Father would not allow her any contact with the children. Father finally allowed Mother to have a telephone call with the children on Christmas Day. So from October 9th, 2022, or October 16th, somewhere around there, which October 2nd is whenever Brandon got shot at. And so right here, if this is true, according to Melanie, then Father finally allowed Mother to have a telephone call with the children on Christmas Day. So all the way up to Christmas Day 2019, allegedly. But cut the call short. He obviously has not and will not, he obviously has not and will continue to not act in the best interest of the children. The children have always had a good relationship with Mother, and this should continue without Father's interference. In Father's December 2nd, 2019 petition, he claims Mother suffers from untreated or undiagnosed mental health issues. Lying crazy Mormon. I'm just saying. That's a literal trigger word for these broads. If Father had concerns about Mother's mental stability, why would he have agreed to the parenting time and joint legal decision-making plan in August of 2019? Well, I'll tell you, that date right there tells you why. Okay? Because he got shot at right after that. August is right after Charles got shot at. Shot twice in the chest, 2 bullets in the chest, right, Chad? And then August of 2019, September, Tylee and JJ, bye-bye, right? Brandon didn't know. Nobody knew. Melanie even claims she didn't know. I don't know where the kids were. I don't know. I went and visit and just, they were always busy. Tylee was hanging out with her friends with her big 4,000-pound Jeep. Blue, green, pink, yellow, I don't care. Sitting right there in the damn apartment complex. How you going to say your cousin was at school or anywhere in Rexburg with her friends, with her vehicle right there under your rumpus, okay? So anyways, so then Brandon gets shot at October 2nd. So that's why he didn't bring up her damn crazy stuff in August of 2019. It was only after Mother's November 30th, 2019 marriage that Mother's supposed mental health problems surfaced in Father's mind. Father, not Mother, is endangering the children's lives because of his questionable business dealings and the number of people who are after him. The children continue to be at risk while in Father's care of her. We just watched a whole damn hour. Mother further contends that Father has not acted in the best interest of the children. He has not and most likely will not in the future support the children having any type of relationship with mother or any type of contact with her. Is this why you wanted him gone? Asking for the victim's advocate. Mother's position is that her parenting time and legal decision making should be reinstated because father has not proven to this court that mother's parenting time should continue to be suspended or supervised. Mother loves her children and desperately wants to reestablish her relationship with them, and without the continued interference by father. Right. Motive. Bam. Father presented false facts to the court about getting mother's supposed actions and his inability to alert her of his whoa. Staple yourself to your seat. Okay. Father presented false facts to the court about getting mother's supposed actions and his inability to alert her of his filings. It's Brandon's fault that he did not let Melanie know. He knew she remarried and moved. He conveniently filed his papers the Monday after mother's marriage. Okay. Crackerjack. Crackerjack box. Furthermore, father has provided no documentation or evidence as to why mother's parenting should be suspended or that she possess a risk to the children. You said it right there with the POSSESS word, girl. Anyways, in fact, it is father and his business dealing that present the greatest risk and harm to the children. Based on the foregoing, mother is requesting that the court enter the following orders. She orders that mother be given sole custody decision-making because of father putting the children in harm's way due to his questionable business actions and the attempt made on his life. Not that Uncle Al did it. Order that father is to return the children to mother's custody. Order that father have supervised parenting time and that father be responsible for the cost, of course, of the supervised parenting time. Order that father is to attend anger management classes and at his cost. And high conflict. Okay, I don't know if I missed that. Order that father is to undergo a psychological evaluation and, of course, at his cost. She's not footing the bill. She don't work. Other child support based on the parties' respective incomes and the Arizona child support guidelines. See Exhibit 2. Order holding father in contempt for not being truthful with the court regarding service on mother. Award mother her reasonable attorney's fees because Lord knows in the near future, her attorneys got sued their asses off and their wives, okay, by Brandon for slander. Allegedly. I'm just going to say allegedly so they don't come after me because they grimy. Allegedly, in my opinion. Brandon filed a $12 million defamation case against Jarvis and Smith, their wives, and all of them, okay? And he got $12 million. Okay, so yeah. Award mother her reasonable attorney's fees, okay? She should have just paid that to Brandon. And cost should father continue with his unreasonable position and grant such further and grant such further and other relief as this court deems just and proper. So yeah, that's January 27, 2020. So this is after Lori was served in Hawaii. You know, this is just the workup sheet for, I don't want to show it because it shows the kids' names, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And this is his response to mother's petition to modify legal decision-making, parenting time, and child support. And this is 2/19/2020. And it says, petitioner Brandon Boudreaux, hereinafter father, by and through his undersigned counsel, hereby, it's only 5 pages, submits his response to mother's petition to modify legal, I'm not saying all that, and states as follows in support hereof. Father admits the allegations of paragraph 1 of mother's petition. We'd have to go back. Father admits the allegations of both paragraphs, which are number 2 of mother's petition. Father denies the allegations as written in paragraph 3 of mother's petition. Father asserts that mother chose to leave Arizona in the dark of night and conceal her whereabouts from father and the children. Father did file and was granted emergency custody of the children, and mother's parenting time is currently suspended. Mother is being investigated for numerous felonious acts across numerous jurisdictions. Some of those acts include the attempted murder of father. Father admits the allegations of paragraph 4 of her petition. Father denies the allegations as stated in paragraph 5 of the petition. Mother was fully aware of the pending litigation against her, and yet she made no effort to appear for any hearings or to contact counsel for father's office to arrange for personal service. And then he denies allegations from paragraph 6 of mother's petition. Father asserts that at no time has father provided false accusations or allegations regarding the severity of the imminent risk of harm the children are at if left in the care of the mother unattended. Mother's new husband, that'd be Ian, has even provided statements to law enforcement that mother told him shortly after their marriage that she conspired with her uncle to kill father. Mother's new husband has even given up his own parenting time out of fear of what mother may do or have done to his children. Mother is currently under investigation regarding the attempted murder of father. Mother's new husband has reported to law enforcement that mother revealed to him shortly after their marriage that she conspired with her uncle to kill father. Mother is also under investigation relating to the disappearance of her aunt's 2 missing children. Father denies the allegations of paragraph 8. Father denies the allegations of paragraph 9. He asserts that mother had $1 million of reasons to have father killed. The party's consent decree had not been submitted to or entered by this court at the time of the attempt on father's life. And father believes that mother was hoping to cash in on that policy to help support the cult that she is believed to be a part of. With respect to the statements contained in paragraph 10 of mother's petition, father finds it interesting that mother, now, months after the attempt on father's life, that mother is in fear for the children's safety in father's care. Father asserts that he continues to have serious concerns over the lives of his children if they were to be placed in the care of mother for any length of time unsupervised. Mother is involved in a cult where numerous members, adults and children alike, have been being killed off like flies. Y'all have seen that quoted in the headlines. Mother's knowledge of the whereabouts of her aunt's 2 missing children and her unwillingness to cooperate with law enforcement in finding those children is daunting to father. It's daunting to America and the world, okay? Mother's current husband has told law enforcement something to the effect that mother says sometimes children are full of light, and then, just like that, they go dark. Father adamantly denies the allegations of paragraph 11 and 12. If anything, father was more distraught over the fact that mother was involved in the plot to have him murdered than angered by the fact that she did. He denies 13. He denies 14. Father denies the allegation of 15. Father asserts that mother is heavily involved with a Doomsday cult located primarily out of the town in which mother currently resides. Mother left Arizona almost immediately after the attempt on father's life, leaving without a trace and leaving her leaving her children behind. Mother only now comes forward as she feels that the suspicious death of her uncle, who was the shooter in the incident involving children, and the death of her uncle, who was the shooter in the incident involving children. Has somehow freed her from her role in the attempt on father's life. This is simply not the case. He denies 16, 17. Father is the only parent who is currently safe for the children to be with. He denies 18. Again, it was only after the death of mother's uncle that mother chose to come forward in this case, as she feels that her uncle's death will free her from any guilt that she may have with respect to the attempted murder of father. He denies the allegations on paragraph 19. Father denies the allegations of 20, and he asserts that he has provided sufficient evidence to this court to prove mother poses a. I'm sorry. Father asserts that he has provided sufficient evidence to this court to prove mother poses as risk of harm to the children at this time. Wherefore, mother's petition should be denied in its entirety, and father should be awarded his reasonable attorney's fees, reasonable, in having to defend against same. And that's February 19, 2020. That's just a little snippet, you know. I really do like going over those. I do. I think it's important because it just, I know they're messy. I understand. But holy crap. Holy crap. You know, if there's not one person, if there's one person that deserves it, it is Melanie. Okay. Melonious. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. It was his, it was Brandon's job to alert her that, you've got Mel, you know, like, and that's not how that works, girl. He is not your husband anymore. He is. I know. And I know. I mean, and my mom and Larry love him. I mean, I do too. I met him. I'm still like, I'm from Louisiana. We have Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes here straight up all day, every day. There's tons. And I'm just like, I was handing him a drill. And I'm like, you sure you're not from here? You know? Boudreaux. I'm just saying. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I just looked at whenever Ruby will go up for parole. It's like 4 years, after 4 years, which, I mean, it's been since what? 2022, or were they convicted in 2021? At all. He's not an aggressor whatsoever. But I mean, okay, same. I mean, I look at the culture in which they both come from. You know, the culture is to forgive and forget. It's to forget. That's why there's a lot of, in my opinion, predators who are protected. You know, forgive and forget, girl, forgive and forget. And so, I mean, and he's just a very humble guy. Like, you know, he's not icky with the LDS stuff or with the religious stuff. He's not. He did that interview with Colby recently. Watched it. I suggest, you know, everybody go watch it. I think that he's just trying to, it's out of his hands. The state picks it up. Like, this has nothing, he has no say-so in this. I mean, not in whether there's charges or not, I don't believe, because, you know, it gets to a point and then it's out of your hands, whether you're going to press charges or not. But, and then you have to, and I hate, I mean, I'm just going to say it because I hate when I've heard people bring this up to me and I'm just like, I don't want to, you know, you got to, and I mean, here we go. We got to think about the kids, right? And I am thinking about the kids, and I've never liked the fact that they're with their mother whatsoever. I believe they're in danger. I believe that her 5th child is allegedly in danger, in my opinion. I believe that Ian's other children, whom I've met and watched them swim, and we ate, you know, we broke bread together with Natalie, their mom. You know, I mean, they're good kids. Nobody's kids, they don't need to be around anybody's kids, period. That's just me. But hey, who am I? But I don't know. See, can you imagine what it's like to co-parent with Melanie, who's never, I bet you she's never apologized. I bet she's never owned up, or even just, even if she was omitting her alleged guilt, okay? even if she was like, "Oh my God, Brandon, are you okay? I'm so sorry that this happened to you." Validate him, without actually, I'm saying it's been convicted in a court of law. All right. Just Melanie's part hasn't. Okay. This just, it's not even, the ink's not even, dry yet. They tried to kill him for sure. 12 jurors came to that conclusion just last week. What am I trying to say? It was about Melanie, of course. It's like you heard the court papers where she's saying father has not shown any proof to this court of this alleged. So they get to shoot at him. He gets shot at. And then because he's reacting to, just like with Charles, that it's called a reactionary or reactive I looked it up with Lori. Y'all correct me, but it's like reactive narcissism or reaction to narcissism. I don't know. It's something like that. And it's like they use so like Lori took away Uncle Charles's truck. She canceled his flights to return home. She changed the door locks, the codes, had everybody gone. She told her whole family to just shut Charles down. She said he was cheating on her. Her and Melanie went and dropped some of Uncle Charles and JJ's belongings off at DI, which is a thrift store. The rest of them they hid behind her food storage, including Bailey, JJ's service dog, whom Summer said that dog was more for Charles. That dog was more for Charles and not JJ. JJ's fine without his service dog. These are the people we're dealing with. CrimeCon, right? Anyways, so, but then you have Uncle Charles on Bodycam reacting to the $35,000 that she took out of their account, the business account. He couldn't make payroll. He couldn't, just financially, character assassination, like just turning away and stripping him like she did her kids. And then it's the same copy and paste with Mini-Me, straight up. And then, yes, she gets burner treatment. Those type of women are disgusting. It is disgusting. Yeah, she continues to try to tell media, etc., that Brandon is lying about being shot at right now. Like, oh, I wish she would do an interview. Girl, you ever want to come on here? No, we'll do like your Aunt Lori and Melanie Gibb. They had to be at the same place at the same time in order to podcast. Okay. Stupidest shit I've ever heard. They like to remote view, but they can't remote podcast. I'm just saying, it's weird. Yeah, that's true. Braxton was JJ's best friend, like his BFF. JJ always said Braxy, Brax. She has a first child. Starts with a K. I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, boom, boom, right? Probably on their wedding night. Let's not forget that Ian Pawlowski worked for Frank Vandersloot at Melaleuca Wellness Company, essential oils and stuff. I'm just saying. And that Frank Vandersloot bought radio stations and East Idaho News, what would eventually become East Idaho News, that cropped up in 2015 when baby Dior was missing. Okay. Baby Dior was missing, and East Idaho News is there to cover it. Not to mention Frank Vandersloot bucked up against Adam Steed, whistleblower for the damn Boy Scouts. Okay. Well, there's Blake too. And Adam Steed in his interview with John Dehlin, you know, because he knows all about Jody Hildebrandt. That's the reason she lost her therapy license or whatever. She split his marriage up. You know, there's all these people like saying, hey, come on now, you know, here's all the bad people, and they're just like white privilege, straight up. And it's the wildest thing to watch, especially when my family got murdered from it. Yeah, girl, they are fertile myrtles. Fertile myrtles. I didn't thank you, did I? Thank you, puzzle pieces. Thank you, I appreciate that. Appreciate you. And again, Miss Mojo Rising, thank you. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, Frank Vandersloot. So what Frank Vandersloot did, because Nate Eaton interviewed Frank Vandersloot back, my God, like in the 2010, 2012 timeframe when Nate worked for KIDI. I think that's the call numbers for that news station. He interviewed in a 3-part series, and it was Frank Vandersloot, and Frank Vandersloot would retaliate for the whistleblowers like Adam Steed, who were saying, Boy Scouts of America, Boy Scouts of screaming, right? Laws were getting changed in Idaho because of Adam Steed and his parents' diligent work and advocacy, you know, to push for the change, to protect children like theirs and all the other, you know, how big the Boy Scout scandal ended up being, right? Holy shit, you know. And so here's Frank Vandersloot. So he does that interview with Nate Eaton, 2010 area time frame, and he says exactly why he purchases a couple of radio stations and news stations, and they ended up being from Bonneville Communications, which is owned by the church. He bought some radio stations and some news stations from the church. Then, okay, so that started, East Idaho News started in 2015. Baby Dior, that was huge, you know. And I mean, so like Justin Lum and like Fox 13 and other news stations that cover this, you know, they mainly cover, they have like a beat, like they have to report on all the news 3 times a day, however many times a day, right? And so it's like, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, you got different workloads there, you know. I respect Nate more than he respects me, though. And I mean, whatever, you know, whatever. I speak truth about the church, and that's frowned upon by church people. Okay, it just is. I'm not magic like they are. You know, I can't bippity boppity. It's just, it is what it is until, you know, I'm just saying, I've experienced, in my opinion, bias, because he's wanted to interview everybody, and he's never one time asked me, you know. And not only that, they asked Megan, they offered her an interview and then never called her back. She also speaks truth. Okay. And it just is what it is. And I mean, he should be able to take criticism too. I do. I got to take criticism. We all do. We all should. And if we don't, we end up like Lori. Like Megan says, you know, it's like an echo chamber. Hello. That's not good. But anyways, but what Frank Vandersloot reveals in that interview a long time ago with Nate Eaton, who was working for another TV station, he was like, you know, there were people speaking out. There were victims speaking out and accusing people in the Boy Scouts, people in the church of, you know what, scandal stuff. Okay. That we now know is huge, huge. It's Boy Scouts of America is another one that goes down in the books. Okay. Oh God, whew, they paid out a lot of money, and there are a lot of victims in their wake. Okay, but what Adam Steed says was that Frank Vandersloot paid and I mean he's just guessing. I'm not going to nail him down to this. So allegedly, Frank Vandersloot paid like $10,000 to $100,000 for these things for advertising, basically. Okay, to kind of counteract, to go against what Adam Steed and other victims were saying. Hey, we've been abused. We've been abused. Well, you have a billionaire in Southeast Idaho who owns, space and stuff. I mean, I'm just not like ad space is what I'm saying. And he used it to refute what the victims were crying out about, abuse, abuse, abuse. So instead of helping, he was going against them, allegedly. And I just find that super interesting. Okay. Another thing Frank Vandersloot revealed in that interview with Nate a long time ago was that that's when he bought the radio station, and there's like 5 different, some of them turned into East Idaho News, .com or whatever. And then some of them turned into radio stations. And okay, so what this looks like, because I don't know the exact words to quote him right now, so I'm not going to. But it was along the lines of, if you own the media, in my opinion, and I'm not the inventor of this saying, okay, then you can spin the narrative. I've got more money than you've got, that kind of thing. And so it's you can spin the narrative. And I know for a fact, because I've researched, and my research does not equal. Now, they're very good at covering it, very good on top, right on top of that, Rose, they're right on top of it. But, I just wonder how, and I mean, I actually know from I don't know all the things. I'm not, a know all be all. I'm not. But I know different, like that's not what my research turned up. My research turned up that it's not just Lori and Chad. It's not just a one-off thing. It's way bigger. And, I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not going to. I have no reason to. I want it all out. Expose it all. Expose it all. So that's where I'm at. And, there's Nate Eaton. And well, let me not say Nate Eaton. There's East Idaho News. And I mean, I think Nate is actually I think he owns it, if not a portion of it. And I mean, great. Yeah, I want everybody to have an opportunity, Just don't want anybody to F with my family and my family story. That's effing with the victims' real stories, so to speak. It's not all the way, and it's brushed over a lot. That's just me. So, but I respect Nate. Hats off to him. I appreciate his diligent, hard work. I really do. I really do. Yeah. Yeah. I'm down with justice too, right? Hey, good to see you, John. I'm not down with Joseph Smith, but I'm down with justice. Watch South Park to learn everything you need to know about that cult. It's a very good episode. I need to have the link on hand so I can share it with people because it really is good. Yeah. I wonder if that's who Nate is going to interview, because he said something right at the very end before he came back or went back to Idaho that somebody reached out to him who had been wanting to interview with him. And he said a he. And I'm like, oh my God, is that Christopher Perrette? Is this Hector Sosa? Who? Mike Stroud? I mean, who reached out to Nate, that wants to interview with Nate? And who's it going to be? So I'm like, or could it just be the people who bought the property, Chad Daybell's, which Look up the symbolism. Okay. It was called Crossroads. Just look it up. Just look up the symbolism of what Crossroads means and stuff. I know. I'm not trying to be a wet blanket, but this case and doing the research that it has, maybe that's why Nate's in a better mood than I am, because my worldview got shit on. Continuous. It's like continuous droplets. And so, I went down into the depths of it. And yeah, I followed the money. And you'd be surprised where the money goes. There's nobody else above it. I can't go any higher. It's these people, and not Nate or anybody, but it's only a few degrees of separation. You've heard of them before. Could be the Carlos Slim and the Rockefellers. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah, I know, Carolyn. But anyways, so I'm out trying to start another. I've had one lady on here. It was the night that Lori was found guilty in her case in Idaho. And this one lady was like, I'm unsubscribing. And I was like, okay. I don't know why you're here. Like, I'm not asking anybody to choose sides. I still go, I read, I go everywhere where it's uncomfortable and I get information, even though I don't always agree with it. He's very accurate in a lot of things, as far as the story, that's out there. And that's just me. And I mean, I go between those guys. I go between Fox 13 News. I go between, I can't think of their names right now, but even the girls, the women, who report on this, I appreciate their work. It's a lot of hard work. And it's about showing, no exploiting, right? That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Anybody, period. YouTubers, I don't care who you are. Like, there's a thin line, and I don't quite have that worked out in my mind, but there's a thin line. You know it when you see it. And so, what? I got into it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they probably don't even know who that is, and that's sad. If so. But yeah, there's plenty. We have so many rabbit holes. We have plenty of job security here. Okay. She does. She's got a wonderful, wonderful take on this case. She's into the codes and the secret society. Me too. I'm right there with her. So I didn't arrive there all by myself. So yeah, thank you, Danny Hole. I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, he's very, actually Justin called me, or he messaged me the first Christmas. Wait, okay. So this was June 2020 when the kids were found. This was the first Christmas after that. So it was Christmas 2020 going into 2021. And he messaged me and he was like, what can I get your parents for Christmas? And I was like, people who have everything, they're hard to buy for. So I was like, buy them a star. Name the star after Tylee and JJ. And he was like, you sure it's not too personal? I was like, no, it's perfect. And so he did. And so that's sweet, huh? Joe Schmo's here. Boy, you better keep your eyes on the damn road. There you are. Did I put you in a night? Yep. I do it to Donna all the time. Donna's back there sawing logs. I'm just kidding. Anyways, yeah, he's going back home, but he's hitting all the hot spots on the way. I was going to share some of it, but I ended up talking too much and I'm sorry. But yeah, y'all go check out. He went by Los Favoritos or whatever, where Alex went 8 October 1st. He went by Melanie's rental home that Brandon moved her into. and that where she and Ian got served that grand jury, whatever indictment. Oh, before I go, not you, Joe, but yes, you're welcome to stay. I have it pulled up already. No. All right, hold on. I was listening to Ashley Banfield about Diddy. A little ditty about Diddy. I'm just kidding. I won't do that no more.
Ashley. I also spoke with Judge Ashley Wilcott from Court TV.
Just,
and
I don't know,
asked
another
Judge
perspective.
Wilcott about the Christina.
Uh-oh. Oh, the damn Google. Come on, catch up. It'll catch up. Yeah, don't watch, Joe. Just listen. Come on. God dang it. I got time for all this buffering. I mean, come on.
Thank you so much, Ashley. I also spoke with Judge Ashley Wilcott from Court TV. And I asked Judge Wilcott about the Christina Coram business, like KK. Why is KK not on the government's witness list? Why are they not calling her? I had assumed they were going to cut a deal with her, give her immunity, whatever, get her up there, and that she'd flip on Diddy because who wants to go to prison? But they're not, and she's not. And so.
Okay, I knew it was about a buffer. So she's not. And okay, so it made me think, okay, whenever Zalima, Melanies and Melanie went and testified in Idaho, yes, they had use immunity. But none of them testified in Arizona, meaning Trina K, prosecutor there, did not, there's no deals, basically. And we learned that Melani Boudreaux is an active investigation by multiple agencies. And that, according to Rachel Smith, okay, who was the special, one of the special prosecutors in the case against Lori and Chad in Idaho. Okay. So she believes that once you get the principal, she's never seen where you go after the smaller fish, basically. Meaning Melani Boudreaux, Melanie Gibb, yada, yada, yada. So this was just a different perspective and how to look at it. And it's like what they say and what they don't say. And if I know this is a federal case, I'm just, just trying to make our brains work. And there's nothing wrong with a little hope,
Who better to ask than a judge who gets this? I'm going to bring in Ashley Wilcott, Court TV anchor, former juvenile court judge in Georgia, and just a super smart person when it comes to everything in American jurisprudence. Okay, other Ashley, judge. I thought when we were getting into receipts and all the dry, boring stuff, I thought, they just got to get this stuff on the record. And then I started to see boxes being checked. And I'm not sure if I'm the only one. I felt like the government was winding up with a bang. Here are the receipts to sex trafficking. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, Ashley. I think that's exactly what they intended, because remember, they put this testimony out to really connect the dots between P. Diddy and his staff, chief of staff. Here you hear about all these things like the setup of the hotel rooms, coordinating travel for Jane and the escort,
kidding,
Paul,
John.
procuring, paying for the product, for the...
Oh, God dang it. Every day I'm buffering, right? Come on.
Drugs that they were going to use, all of the specifics that go right hand in hand, quite frankly, with sex trafficking and engaging in a criminal enterprise.
Oh, gotta do it again. Okay, hold on. Let me let it catch up. Come on. All this because I'm too lazy sometimes to grab a link. And so I just screen record it. It's my go-to.
So what about Christina Coram? I thought for sure.
So what about Melanies, right?
Sure. The feds were going to pressure.
They were going to press. I'm sorry, y'all. It goes so much better and smoother in my mind. Come on.
Sure. The feds were going to pressure.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's give that a little second. I'm putting this link to the body cam footage that I played from KSL into the chat. Okay, while that is buffering still. And I do too. It's crazy. My cat's name is Karen. I do because I think it started out with preparing a people and scrubbing the internet. And so I'm like, oh hell no, I'm gonna get it before I've gotten Tim Ballard and Marisol Nichols, a whole interview that they did talking about the couple's ruse. Got it before it was gone the next damn day. Okay. It's sickening too. I mean, I have 5 storages just for that, just for these kind of things.
Her and say, either you turn and you testify for us, or you're going to go away like Ghislaine Maxwell. That's sort of how I had it in my head. But she's not being called. What are your thoughts?
I don't think you're wrong, Ashley. I think the reality is this. Typically, when we see a witness like that, they're calling her a co-conspirator. And typically, the feds aren't going to refer to her as a co-conspirator unless they're planning to charge or they're continuing to investigate to determine if they should charge her. And I think the reality is this,
and he's the principal. If you think about it, this is his assistant, KK.
Know it as well as I do because you're smart, Ashley. If in fact they had offered her a deal that she felt like was a good enough deal, I think she would have taken it. So the fact she's not testifying, I think we may see charges against her in the future.
That's what I thought. But I needed to check with someone way better at this than I am, because I just thought it doesn't make any sense. The jury's been hearing about this chief of staff nonstop, the linchpin between all these text messages. Okay, real quickly, the freak-off videos, these poor jurors, I mean, I guess, had to watch porn today. And I wondered why the government waited till the end instead of starting off that way so that they had that frame of reference every time they heard these women talking about how awful it was.
It's strategic, and I can promise you that they wanted to hit with the biggest impact. And what's the biggest impact? That video of all the testimony, having to watch the freak-offs is going to be the biggest piece of evidence. It's at the end on purpose because all it does is confirm everything they've heard from the witnesses so that the jurors can say,
Hi, Trace.
Not only do we see it, but everything these witnesses told us is true. They're credible.
I don't know. It was a different, I was like, you know, I wonder. Yeah, we need to go over this too. It's frozen on me right now. But the occultic and Masonic influences in early Mormonism. You'll be surprised how Chad's not such a weirdo in the context of Joe Smith. Maybe Joseph. Oh my God, maybe Joseph Schmo will. I'm trying to get back over there. Maybe Joe Schmo will do that with me, or maybe Megan, or maybe all of us. I don't know, but we can talk about that. There's that too. There's so many different elements and aspects. I didn't mean to use the word element. Jeez. Aspects that play into these beliefs and this more than visions of glory type behavior, you know, practices allegedly, than, you know, just certain people. But it's interesting to see how influential and how much visions of glory does every aspect of Lori and Chad and others' beliefs, in my opinion. So yeah, no, he even did Love Wins. I was like, oh hell no, don't you be putting no always. Love always wins, right? Oh, he said love wins. I was like, don't you be doing that. Don't be getting your Earl all over it. You know? I don't know. Oh, against our religion. Yeah. It is. It is. I really do. I am of the opinion, and one day I'll be able to break it down. But I think that, well, if you watch Wordwise, you know, she reports about visions of glory, her take on it. I mean, she's a professional. I'm not. But they're sneaky in the sense. I think they're sneaky, and they are so obsessed with remote viewing. Melani Boudreaux, remote viewing. That's all she would talk about. That and Jesus's family. Okay. And there's a lot of these same things. Remember Lori saying she's a peacemaker? Well, there's a peacemaker role in the LDS Church of Satan, which is a faction that exists inside of the LDS Church where they're inverted totally. And there's a whole group. We're going to go over all that because it has to be. And I don't have a trial coming up, so we can get all up in it. They can get all pissed off and, order me to, they'll be in here. You'll know the trolls will come a flying. Okay. Ken Krogh, Tim Ballard. Huh? Okay. I might need to go check on Jason. So sounds like he's back from the store. But anyways, all right, guys. Thanks for just spending some time with me and going over this. Let me be nice. Mini me, Melanie's, who thinks she got away with it. I believe. I believe she's sitting in her lazy boy right now, or Ian's lazy boy, because I doubt she has a job. But oh yeah. Oh, thank you, Carolina. I believe that Tom Harrison is really writing about not near-death experiences, but his experiences astral projecting, or portaling, as this group likes to call it. That's what I think. And it's a lot of voyeurism type stuff. Weird. Anyways, it's on the weird side. You got to be open mind. Okay. Not saying this is it. I look at all the possibilities. Call it conspiracy, call it whatever. Conspiracy until it's proven, in the future. So I don't know. She could be getting partial child support from Brandon. She would, huh? Anyways, thanks y'all for being here. And Joe, be careful. Keep your eyes on the damn road. Oh, Jason is being really loud. He's very loud. All right, guys. Love you guys. And justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Love always wins. That's what it says. Oh, there's a heart on the wall, too. And you guys are proof of it. Who's Mark Taylor? Who the hell's Mark Taylor? Never heard that name. As my ears started ringing. All right. Bye.